Welcome to the Insomnia Project. Sit back, relax, and listen as we have a conversation about the mundane. One thing we can promise is that our conversation will be less than fascinating so that you can feel free to just drift off. Thank you for joining us. We hope you will listen and sleep. I'm your host, Marco Timpano.
And I'm your co-host, Nidhi Khanna.
And this episode is brought to you by BarkBox. If you go to getbarkbox.com/The Insomnia Project, you can get an extra month added to your 6-month or 12-month subscription.
And we'll talk a little bit more about that later on.
Fantastic.
Marco, it is getting to be the breezy time of year.
It certainly is, isn't it?
You'd mentioned to me today that you are bringing your scooter in to, well, is it like a shop or storage, or what do you do with it?
Usually I would drive my scooter up to my parents' home and put it in the garage and attach I don't even know what you'd call it, like a device or like an engine. Nidhi, anyone who's like into motorcycles and scooters is going to be like, what is he saying? But basically it keeps it kind of, going. It doesn't keep it going, but it keeps your engine cool awesome for the winter, so that when you go, you can start it. It's basically, you attach these things to the battery and it keeps the battery alive. For lack of a better technical way of describing it.
Perfect.
But my parents no longer have that house, and so I had to figure out a different way to store the scooter. And I was like, do I put it in my backyard and cover it with a tarp?
Oh, right. That's an option.
I was worried, what if oil drips and it drips on the deck? It might be a mess. So then I asked my local scooter repair person, and he had said, well, we'll store it for you for a price, but that'll also cover a tune-up in the spring. So I was like, okay, so, it's trickier when you live in the city to do things like that. For example, what do you do with your winter tires, Nidhi?
So I'm lucky that in the place that I live in now, there's kind of like a back driveway, kind of one of those laneway driveways. Mm-hmm. And so I just store it back there.
That's great.
But yeah, otherwise you need to find storage and figure all of that jazz out. But yeah, it isn't that easy when you don't have your own home, or if you don't have like a garage or something like that. Mm-hmm. I did notice walking into your place, because we're recording from your lovely place today.
Mm-hmm. From the formal dining room.
Formal dining room, exactly. And in fact, it's so formal that the teapot even has like a tea cozy on it.
This was given to me by my sister-in-law from Halifax for Christmas. And it's one of those gifts, Nidhi, we often talk about things where it's like, a unique gift that someone doesn't have, that, you may use once in a while, but you're glad when you have it. And this was made by an artisan in Nova Scotia, and it's like a felt. They're called tea cozies, is that right?
I thought so.
Yeah. So it's a felt tea cozy that is very distinct, and whenever I use it, I think of my sister-in-law.
There you go.
And I really appreciate it.
Oh, that's really sweet.
But you were saying, so you walked into my house,
and I noticed. I always love seeing Amanda's scooter helmet.
Okay.
Because it's red and sparkly and very much screams Amanda. Mm-hmm. But what do you look for in a helmet?
That's a great question. So, and I used to be a bicycle tour guide. So bicycle helmets are different than scooter or motorcycle helmets.
And I believe if long-term or new listeners go back to the olive oil episode, you can hear more about Marco's adventures as a bike tour operator.
Nidhi, you're so good with that. I can't remember. I can vaguely remember what we've talked about, but
I think it was the olive oil
I'm pretty
episode.
certain it was the olive episode. It would have to be, because a lot of the tours were in olive groves. So when I'm looking for a bicycle helmet, I look for one that's going to be lightweight and airy, because my head will sweat a lot if you're riding the bike. So I want something that's going to be breathable, light. To me, the actual design, I don't have to look cool in it. That's not important to me. Function over fashion when it comes to helmets. You want to look at a good brand name as well, not something that, is a fly-by-night. And you want to really kind of feel it, pick it up, see if it works for you. And the key is to get a brand new one. You never want to get a borrowed helmet, because if a helmet drops, even like a foot from the ground, what'll happen is it'll sort of its properties that make it something that will protect you will start to like collapse or crackle, and so it's less effective. So you don't ever want to have that happen. Now, for the scooter, different than the bicycle, I prefer a helmet that is just kind of the top of my head. I don't want my whole face covered.
Okay.
Because I like to feel the breeze when I'm riding a scooter. I also find it a little bit cumbersome if it's kind of affecting my peripheral vision.
Sure.
Now, for a motorcycle, because you go faster on a motorcycle,
you need a full helmet.
I would say, full helmet for sure. I would want a full helmet. I would want to make sure that it's really sturdy. I would want comfort on my face. I would want, once again, I would want to have the option where you can kind of lift
the
visor or the face plate so that I could feel a bit of breeze if I was kind of just going through the city. And also, how comfortable is the strap under your chin?
That's a good point.
Yeah, so those are the things that I would look for. And once again, for me, it's function over fashion. Even though the current helmet I have has a real kind of cool design to it. Yeah, it has like little zaggedy stripes.
So you said something interesting about like when choosing the helmet, like are different helmets made for different head types?
Oh, for sure. You want a helmet that sort of fits you and fits your head. Everyone has a different, like a glove would fit hands differently.
Sure.
Or shoes or whatnot. Same with the helmet in your head.
Cushioning feels different.
Right. And like, for example, your hair is thick and voluminous. I don't know if that's the right word, but you know what I'm saying, right? So your helmet would have to accommodate that too, right? And whereas I might have a larger head and I would need like a medium or large size helmet, you might need a small or you might need a medium because of your hair. And all those factors play into it for sure. And I'm certain that like, Olympic athletes who ride bicycles will have helmets that are molded to their specific head size so that they have
right, kind of like shoes, right? Interesting.
You would need that for sure.
Yeah, you would. I grew up skiing, and when I was growing up, we never used helmets in skiing. And the last time I went skiing was actually a couple of years ago, and I rented all my equipment and. Actually, did I go skiing or snowboarding? I went snowboarding and rented the helmet with the snowboard because I felt like that would be a wise decision. But it's interesting because now skiing, it would feel odd to me to have the helmet. But when I think about all the times where I'm like, wow, okay, that was a crazy moment.
Sure.
And I should have had a helmet. It was crazy that as 12-year-olds, we were just like going down these hills without any helmets because it just, at that time, you didn't do that.
Now let me ask you this: when you were at these ski hills, and you were in the lodges of the ski hill, did they ever have? Because I was just recently up in Blue Mountain, and what I've noticed there now,
which is sort of like a resort-esque, like ski hill. Or
it's an Ontario ski hill close to the city, so it's not quite what you might be used to if you ski the Rockies or the Laurentians or a larger proper mountains. This is more like a hill or an escarpment that they've carved, right? So what they have is these resorts that have spas.
Yes.
And I'm not a spa person myself, but I think after a day of skiing, that must be the most awesome. Have you done that after a day of skiing or like...
definitely, like, the whole après-ski vibe is something to be enjoyed.
Sure.
Whether it's a cocktail or just some fireplace time, but definitely the spa component, because after skiing also you're using your muscles in a completely different way,
sure.
Right? So just having a hot tub or something like that is great.
What's important to you? Oh, sorry.
No.
In a spa. So let's say you're spending good money to go to a spa. What's important for you there?
Like a day spa or like a getaway spa type of thing?
Let's say getaway spa.
A getaway spa, like I would definitely want, something where they, like, I really like those Nordic kind of Scandinav type spas.
Oh, okay.
Like a swim in, swim out vibe to it. You want to have, I'm not really big into spas where it's like, okay, I gotta eat healthy and just detox, etc. I like that part, but afterwards I want to come home and have like a drink or something like that. There's something about the relaxation of it, but I don't think I'd be good on a retreat, where it's like a detox retreat or anything like that.
No, I don't necessarily consider that a spa.
Okay.
That's more of a, but it could be. I'm just saying for myself.
Well, some spas do.
I'm on your page. I don't want to have to be told what to drink or eat.
Yeah.
You can offer it to me, and if you pass around healthy snacks, great.
But I like that only when I'm at the actual spa, right? Like if you're waiting to get a massage, or you're lounging by their little spa pool or whatever, great. But I want a cocktail after all of that.
Nothing wrong with that. What types of massages do you prefer?
Oh, I like the deep relaxation.
Right. Yeah.
But just going back to kind of like spas really quickly, I really enjoy the ones that have therapeutic waters.
Oh,
so
like a salt bath, or
there's like the really hot salt one,
I see.
And then I think there's a place called Body Bliss in Toronto where they have like a green tea pool and steam room, all of that. So I like those little circuit things. But my favorite spa in the Toronto area is I won't even say where it is, but it's basically like a banya, like a Russian banya.
Okay.
Where you can go and they have like a traditional Russian sauna and then a Finnish sauna and like a cold bath that you dump water on top of yourself, and then like a Turkish steam room as well.
Oh, that sounds awesome. So you could spend the day there, just kind of.
Oh, completely. And then what's great is because it's owned by this wonderful Russian couple who like cook Russian food and then make very, very strong vodka-based drinks.
Oh, this sounds great. This sounds like...
So you get to like kind of, you really do de-stress and eat some good food.
We need to keep kids safe online, but some special interests are sending policymakers in the wrong direction, pushing the so-called App Store Accountability Act, demanding government ID from all users just to download an app, replacing parents' judgment with government mandates. It doesn't even stand up in court. A better bipartisan bill, the Parents Over Platforms Act, would put parents in the driver's seat, empowering parents and businesses to keep kids safe without drowning all of us in red tape. Tell Congress to get it done right and put parents over platforms.
Paid for by ACT, the App Association.
Speaking of spa treats, we should mention our sponsor is BarkBox, and it's pretty much a spa for your dog in a box.
In terms, there you go. That's a great way of saying it. Yeah, you get a few different treats with every box. It comes once a month.
And they're all healthy treats, right?
They're all healthy treats, yeah. And you get 2 toys as well with every box, which is great because if you have a dog like mine that destroys every single toy that they could possibly get their teeth on, then you don't have to worry because the next month, you get a whole new box.
So if you have a dog or you have a friend or a relative who has a dog and you're thinking of what's the perfect gift to get them, we recommend you go to getbarkbox.com/The Insomnia Project. And if you order a 6 or 12 month subscription, you'll get 1 month free. Once again, that is getbarkbox.com/The Insomnia Project. I have been to a couple of spas.
Please tell me about your experience.
I like to have a very plush robe. I want a comfortable plush robe.
Yep.
And any pillow that I put my head on, I want it to be very comfortable. I don't like a spa where they overcapacitate it, like there's just too many people wandering and whatnot. My massages, once again, like you, deep tissue, or have you ever had like a salt scrub massage?
No, I haven't, but it sounds lovely.
It's great. It's really, really great. And I'm not one for gimmicks. Okay, please.
No, I was going to say, do you talk during your massages?
I don't like to.
I hate it.
I don't like to.
I don't want to talk to anyone usually when I'm at a spa, but I will if I'm with people.
Sure.
But during a massage, I just don't want to talk.
And some people like to talk, and that's great, but I think I would rather just be in the moment, let me drift off, because there's been times when I've had a massage, Nidhi, where my mind just goes to like somewhere else. Like it almost feels like
it's like a meditation of sorts.
For sure. For sure. And I'm not one for gimmicks, Nidhi. I don't like these spas. Not that I don't like. What doesn't appeal to me are spas that try to do these gimmicky things. When I was in the Chianti region of Italy, there was a spa associated with one of the wineries. And so what they would do is take the grape must or the stuff that's left over once they squeeze the grapes, and they'd like put it on you. And supposedly that would...
Antioxidants or something.
Kind of remove toxins and stuff. And I was like, no, I don't want to have a grape bath thing.
Grape husk bath.
Yeah, no, I don't want that. And things like that don't interest me.
No, I understand. Like, I'm pretty simple with my spa needs. Like, even, I don't really go for facials at the spa or anything like that, because I'm sort of like, I don't want to feel like I can do this myself at home.
Yeah, you know? It is a treat, or it is a luxury that you want to enjoy, and it should be different. Have you heard of these Korean Himalayan salt spas?
No.
Okay, so they might be two different things, but I know that we had one in the city, which was a Korean spa, and they had like a salt cave. And basically, you know that pink Himalayan salt? They have it all throughout the room, and it's heated. Ooh. So you know how if you buy a salt lamp, it's kind of like this pinky orangey light inside of salt, and it kind of supposed to release negative ions in the atmosphere.
Sure.
And so basically you're in this big salt cave, Nidhi, that's heated, and boom, it's supposed to take away toxins, negative ions, etc. I have not been, but there is one near my sister's house that I want to go to.
Ooh, I would love to go to that, actually. Yeah. That sounds like it would be fun.
Here I am saying I'm not into gimmicks.
And you're like, the salt cave.
This is what I want to do.
Let's go to the salt cave.
But,
well, I mean, the fact that it's it's cave-like, though, I feel, you know, no, you're right, it is totally a gimmick. But
but...
It might work.
It might work, but there's something about it that I'm like, yeah, that's definitely something I would do.
How long do you usually go for a massage for? Like, what's a good... I'm like a good hour and a half.
No, see, I prefer like 45 minutes to an hour. Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, just give me... don't spend too much time in one spot.
Really?
Just bounce around and, yeah.
No, I'm like focused. Like, I like the full body massage, but you got to focus on certain areas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And do you have a preference of how...
It has to be strong.
Yeah, me too.
I don't like the light touch, feather.
And some people love that.
I know.
And I don't mind it at the end of my massage, when they're kind of ending it. So it's like, okay, here, I'm just going to do this light thing. But no, I'm like you. I want to know that the person is really, getting all the tension out.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
I also like a spa that has a plentitude of things for you to drink. Teas, cold water, sparkling water. And that's where I want it to be included.
Yes.
I don't want to have to worry about
an extra payment.
Charge me off the top.
Yeah. No,
and give me all that. And I particularly like when you go to a spa that has, when they take water, like big water, what do they call them? Like water carafes that have like blood orange and lavender in one, or apples and chamomile. For some reason, in a spa, I think that's wonderful. If I go to a coffee shop or restaurant, I'm like, no, just give me water. Don't give me all this kind of fancy stuff. But at a spa, I'm like, oh, did you try the cucumber and strawberry mint water?
Which is very funny because we're having like hot mint water right now.
Yeah, because I said to Nidhi, what would you like? A tea, a coffee, iced tea? And she's like, what I'd love is hot water. I'm like, just like tea water? And she's like, yes. I'm like, I have fresh mint that's just growing. It's the last days of this mint, and it's like out of control. And I'm like, do you want me to throw some fresh mint in it? And Nidhi's like, yeah. And then I just cut you a few sprigs, and I'm like, I'm going to put them by your shoes so we don't forget them. So you have mint. Do you prefer peppermint, spearmint, or what's the other mint?
I can never tell the difference. I want to say peppermint.
Okay.
But I can never tell the difference. To me, mint is mint.
Okay.
But you had lovely mint.
That's right. Last year we had all kinds of different flavors of mint.
Yeah.
This year we just went...
That was another episode, actually. If you go to the mint episode, you can hear all about Marco's mint last year.
This year we did sage, mint, thyme, and that's it. And the time it decided it did not want to live in that box.
Oh,
Fair
really?
enough. But the sage and sage and hot water would be great too. It would be more savory, but...
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. But I would think that also doesn't the mint kind of take over? Like, I wonder if the thyme didn't grow because of the mint.
It couldn't handle the mint, perhaps. I think it's a watering issue. I think I didn't water it enough.
Oh, well, that seems like...
Mint can be like a weed. It just takes over. You're right.
Yeah, it does. There's something else that's kind of like that too, but I forgot what it is. Another herb.
Yeah, you've got to be careful because I would recommend you never plant never plant mint because it's like a weed in a container that's not self-contained. So if you have a garden, don't plant it just in your garden because it will creep. It will creep and take over. Yeah.
I wonder why that is.
I think it's just the nature of that particular plant. You know how like some crawling vines can take over as well. Do you like homes and like historic buildings that have all the ivy that kind of sticks to it and stuff?
I do. I would imagine, though, it would be very difficult to upkeep it. Like, if I had that on my home, I'm not sure if I would keep it or not. Sure. Because I feel like that's something that would all of a sudden become an issue very quickly.
Mm-hmm. It's not my thing. I can understand it at like Ivy League schools or places that have that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But for a home, that's not my thing.
Yeah.
I just think that the upkeep would be really difficult with it because they can really get into the bricks and the cracks and cause damage, and I'm like, I don't want to deal with that.
Like, unless you're gonna have it maintained quite vigorously, then it feels like it would just not be worth the time.
It is quite spectacular in the fall when all those leaves turn red and you see them on a building like at University of Toronto or wherever. It's really quite lovely, but
But you're right. There's something about walking in a university on a university campus in fall that is very, I don't know, maybe it just reminds me of sort of my younger days, but there's something very, I don't know, majestic in a way about it. Like,
there's something stoic and associated with learning, I guess. And
something like that. And maybe because it's like there's so many historical buildings in one little setting that it is just quite beautiful.
I once went to a university, Nidhi, that had, and I don't know if I mentioned this in an episode, but I know you'll know if I did which episode it was. But it was an old mansion that they had turned into part of this university. And one of the rooms was this really big room that had paintings, huge paintings on all the walls. And one of the walls where the painting was had a door, so you would walk through the painting to get in and out of this classroom. Kind of like something from Harry Potter. It was unreal.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was really neat.
It's like a little secret passage.
Kind of, but it was like, oh, I'm going to walk through the painting to get to that class because my seat happens to be closer to the painting than it is to the other door.
That's awesome. I feel like we could all walk through a few more paintings in our lives.
Doing those kind of things.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And so you are going to be in BC for a little while.
That's right. In the next week or so, you'll be hearing some podcasts from northern British Columbia.
That's right.
Where we have a lot of listeners from British Columbia, which I'm really happy about. Yeah, we have I think a really big contingency of listeners from BC, so I'm happy to be there. And I'll be there as we approach winter, so it'll be...
So all those hats and scarves and shoes and boots that we've talked about will definitely come in handy.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. And maybe you will need a helmet of some kind.
If I go skiing or snowboarding, or I guess you don't need it if you snowshoe. But
I don't know. I feel like you need a helmet for everything these days.
These days you just got to, put that helmet on and go forth. But yeah, I'll be curious to see what kind of adventures we get into when we get there.
I'm sure it will be a fun time.
I hope so.
There.
You'll hear it in the podcast, so stay
will.
tuned for those podcasts.
We want to thank you so much for listening, and feel free to follow us online at Listen and Sleep on Twitter, and the Insomnia Project if you're on Instagram. And as Marco mentioned before, this episode was brought to you by BarkBox, and we are produced by Drumcast Productions, as always. Recording from here in Toronto, Ontario, although you're going to get some BC episodes coming up, so please stay tuned and do listen.
if you have any ideas or shows that you want to see us do, feel free to tweet us and tell us the episode you'd like us to cover. I never mentioned that.
No, I know. It's true. Thank you so much, and we hope that you listen and sleep.